Hey everyone, it's Fun Around. My name is Jordan. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. I smell like smoked turkey, but that's awesome. I know you were enjoying football and you missed the blowouts in the NBA, but fear not, you will have some for Friday. This video is for Friday's Cup games. None of the teams are on a back-to-back, clearly, but I will go over the teams that should care about point differential and the teams that should not care about point differential. Basically, the teams that have 2 losses right now are pretty much out of it. Teams with 1 loss or no losses are still kind of fighting for that point differential, and it should matter to them. So when you're looking at the players to take, you can think about, okay, this team probably doesn't care about point differential. So if there is a blowout, they're probably going to pull them out early. If they do care, you're going to have the guys continue to play to try to run up the score or make it a little bit tighter if they are getting blown out. So I will go over that list of teams, but before I go through that list, I just want to say the subliminal under worked with Kyrie Irving. So from here on out, we will not be taking unders whenever I see a really good under. We're not taking it, okay? But the teams that should not care about point differential, teams with 2 losses. The Hornets, looks like LaMelo's going to be out for that one. Brandon Miller's line is pretty high. The Nets, the Pacers, the Heat, Raptors, Pelicans, Grizzlies, Timberwolves, and the Kings all should not care. Whether blowout and they're winning, whether blowout and they're losing, they should not care. They do not have a chance for the wild card. More than likely, it's going to be a team with 1 loss. It should be a team with 1 loss that gets that wild card spot. Teams that should care are the Cavaliers, the Hawks. They're playing against each other, and they just played against each other previously. That was a very high-scoring game. They're going to Atlanta this time around, so we should see more fireworks in that one. Lines are pretty high for those guys. The Knicks, the Magic, Pistons are actually 2-0. We'll see if Cade Cunningham plays. I know he's questionable right now. The Blazers, Thunder, Lakers, and then the Bulls and the Celtics will be playing against each other, and they both should care. This is a really big one for the Bulls and the Celtics. The Celtics really need a big win against the fast-paced Bulls. So that one could have some fireworks as well. So just some things to look out for. I do have a good amount of lines out right now. I don't have everything. Some teams, they're kind of slacking on their lines. So the pinned comment will be live. I will put it there, but I'm going to put that I will be sleeping in the pinned comment, and I will check in the morning for more lines. I did the best I could to review what we have available at the moment. So you will see images that come up on the screen right here. That's from a data app called Outlier. People are going to still comment in the comment section saying, what did he use? Because they're skipping over this part right now. But if you are watching and you care, there's a link in the description that will give you a 7-day free trial for Outlier. So this very first pick, I looked at the data and I'm like, okay, this checks all the boxes, but it scares me because this is like too good. It's just one of those where it's just like, why? Why is this line here? Why is it not 1 or 2 higher where you have to think about it a little bit? But it is where it is, and it does check the boxes that I've been checking. And ever since we've been checking the boxes, we've been doing very well. So it's going to be in the video. I'm going with Derek White over 19.5 points plus assists at -115. Now, I know it looks like it's too good to be true. There is a bad part of this, and I will get to it when we start checking the boxes. With the matchup, the Bulls play at the fastest pace in the NBA. And like I mentioned, the Celtics want a really big point differential here because they had a tough loss against the Hawks, and their point differential isn't looking too great right now. They need this big win here against the Bulls, and they give up the most points to the shooting guard position, the 13th most assists to the shooting guard position. But sometimes I mainly care about assists for point guards when you're looking at the rankings. Because like assists to the centers, maybe they play Alfred Sengun and Sabonis and then Jokic like back to back to back, and it's like, okay, now they're giving up the most assists, but it is to centers, but it's really not that true. You also can look at the most assists overall, and that will kind of give you a good picture. So I care about it with point guards, and then other positions still take a look at the overall assist. And they do give up the most assist overall. So 13th most to shooting guards that they have given up, and then most overall, and then most points to shooting guards. So I give this an A- matchup for both of these categories. Recent history, you see it on the screen. It is absolutely insane. 16 out of 18 games this year, he has gone over this line. I know it's scary. It looks like a trap. It probably is a trap, but I'm putting it in the video because it checks the boxes. And I'm not going to be like, okay, guys, don't take this because it looks so good. That makes no sense. So if it's a trap, we are going right into it. I'm going into it right now. I'm going into the trap, and you're probably going to come back to this video and be like, man, it was a trap. It's a trap, like the Star Wars. So recent history is an A+. It looks amazing. Head-to-head history, he went over in 3 of 3 last year. That's an A+. Home and away, and this is where it looks a little weird. 7 out of the last 9 road games, he has gone over, and then the last 2 road games he went under. So this is where it's like, okay, everything looks beautiful, but his 2 unders were in the last 2 road games. He has had some home games since then where he has gone off and he has done really well. So he's going back on the road. He's not going in cold, so that's why I'm still okay with this. I give home and away a B. So this is an overall grade of an A. So if those 2 road games were at the beginning of the season, this would be an A+ play. But since they are very recent, this is going to be an A play. And I think that's just one little thing where I found like, okay, this play isn't as perfect as it looks. As Derek White over 19.5 points plus assist at -115. I'm sure this gets bumped up to 20.5, maybe 21.5. If you guys could, please like the video, and if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. If you have a little bit of extra time, could you leave a comment for the algorithm? You can say anything. You can write the word cup for cup games, and that works. And if you don't want to type 3 letters, you can just put a number, and that works. So thank you to anyone who does that. It helps get the video out there and spreads it to more people. Thank you. I appreciate it. This next guy is also from that game, and it's going to be Jaylen Brown over 3.5 assists at -135. Matchup, the Bulls, they give up the 3rd most assists to the small forward position, and like I said previously, the most overall assists. This is an A+ matchup for Jaylen Brown in that fast-paced matchup. Recent history has gone over in 11 of the last 12 games. 9 potential assists over the last 5 games, so we need him to get a little less than half of those potential assists to be converted. I give this an A+ on the recent history. Head-to-head history, he went over in 2 out of 2 games last year. That's an A just because it was 2 games. Then home and away, he's gone over in 6 straight games. I also give that an A because it could have been 7 and that would have been an A+. I'm just kidding. This is the overall grade of an A. I know that was a quick breakdown, but we already went through it all with Derek White and how much point differential really matters for this game. I can see a lot of points being scored for the Celtics here on the road in Chicago. Jumping over to this 3rd pick, got a plus money play. The Grizzlies, they blew out a team last game. Ja Morant did not play. Hopefully he gets a little bit more minutes. Hopefully this is not a blowout. But I like Ja Morant over 7.5 assists at +115. We got plus money here. Going up against the Pelicans, we give up the 7th most assists to the point guard position, the 5th most assists overall. I give that an A matchup. Recent history, he's gone over in 7 out of 9 games this season with 16 potential assists a game. He's just racking up the potential assists. We need him to convert half of them. And like I said, if they keep it competitive, he definitely should get close. But if it's another blowout, because they're playing just so fast, their pace is just crazy. And if the Pelicans don't have their main guys out there, they could just run them off the court. And hopefully he gets that done with getting the assist. Maybe that's why this is at plus money, and he still has done really well going over. But I give the recent history an A-. Head-to-head history, he went over in 1 out of 2 last year. 1 was really close. Whenever it's a split like this, I just give it a C. And then home and away, he's gone over in 4 out of 5 games this year, averaging 10 assists a game at home. I think he plays much, much, much better at home. He gets really hyped up for the crowd and for his teammates whenever he gets an assist and they score, they get a dunk or whatever. I've watched him play at home this year, and he gets really hyped up. He really likes and enjoys getting his teammates involved, and that is great to see in your star player. So overall, I give this a B+, and a B+ for plus 115. I think that's a great play. So before I get into this last one, I want to just shout out my partners. If you want to get away from Prizepicks, try out different options, different ones with different like dynamic payouts and more options that they give you. Check out Underdog Fantasy, Sleeper, ParlayPlay, ChalkBoard, or BETR. BETR is matching up to $200, Sleeper up to $1,500. There are links in the description that'll take you straight there with the promo codes. A promo code is fine around 11, and the others will do match up to $100. I forgot to mention that. So thank you to anyone who uses those. In this final pick, this guy has been great for the Thunder since joining the starting lineup, and it's Isaiah Hartenstein. I took him last game for rebounds and assists. This time around, I like him for over 21.5 points plus rebounds at minus 125. If you want to add on assist, it's plus 4 assists, and with his potential assists, I think it's 5 potential assists a game. He needs to get 4 potential assists just to break even, and then he needs a 5th one to make it worth it to do the PRA. So that's why I just like points and rebounds, even though he is a really good passing big man. Matchup is the Lakers. They give up the 10th most points to the center position and the 3rd most rebounds to the center position, so I give the matchup an A. Recent history, there's not much there. He's gone over in 3 out of 3 games, and he has been absolutely crushing this in the 3 games he's played, with an average of 28 points plus rebounds. And his rebound chances, he's getting 21 a game, and he's taking 12 field goal attempts a game. We'll go back to that here in a second. But recent history, 3 out of 3, I'll give that an A. Head-to-head history, he's gone over in 1 out of 2 last year, and that's when he played with the Knicks. So he played more minutes with the Knicks. He played 6 more minutes on average with them, and he got 6 more rebound chances, so that makes sense. That's why he had more rebounds, you'll see there. But with the Knicks and him shooting, he took half the shots last year with the Knicks on average in those 2 games than he has been these 3 games with the Thunder. So I think this offensive increase in his role with the Thunder is really going to help with this line. We're probably going to see this line get higher and higher as the season goes, but his offensive involvement just makes me feel more positive about this line. Getting 12 shots a game instead of 6, getting those points are much better than getting those rebounds, because 2 points is better than 1 rebound, and you're adding it on. I know. We're very intellectual and data driven here. I know, we're just digging into it, and we're all smarter because of it. Home and away, he's played 2 road games. He's gone over in both of the road games. I give that an A. So overall grade is an A- with a small sample size. Going up against the Lakers, where he played them last year, he came up really close in one of them, but taking half the shots. So really like this for Isaiah Hartenstein. The only issue for him has been foul trouble. In 2 of the games, he's gotten to 5 fouls. Last year, he wasn't getting in that foul trouble as much going up against Anthony Davis. So as long as he can stay out of foul trouble, I think he should be fine. in this matchup against the Lakers with the Thunder. The Thunder have just so many more weapons around them offensively. Last year, the Knicks, I remember covering them, their field goal percentage was one of the worst in the league. And now you're going to the Thunder, where you have a very high efficient field goal percentage with guys like Shea and Jalen Williams, and they can get you open shots and open layups and dunks like that, and they can take the defense away to where a missed three can get you an offensive rebound. Stuff like that is really big for centers. So Isaiah Hartenstein over 21.5 points plus rebounds. I like that play. Pin comment is still alive. I will put it there. There could be more plays just because I feel very thankful for all of you, and I may add more plays, but please do not ask where the plays are if there are none, because that means they're not there, and we've already gone through that. So if you'd like to discuss lines further, I have a Discord. Link is in the description. You can hop on in there. Conversation will be going on all day long in there. That is free. I will not charge you unless I don't like you. Then just tell me that I don't like you, and I will charge you for that Discord. Or you can just sneak on in, and you don't have to pay anything. And then as far as the recap goes for the last video, I had OG Anunoby over 6.5 rebounds plus assists, and I said to you guys, just add that one assist on there. Sometimes they can get one and it's okay. They just have to get the same amount of rebounds they have to get. But if they get two, it really helps out. And that's what happened here. He was able to get 2 assists, and that was just enough to get over this line. Jaren Jackson Jr. over 19.5 points. He got all the shots in the world that he needed. He started off really hot with 8 points in the first quarter. He could not make a three to save his life. The matchup was there. The read was there. He just did not knock down the shots, and it ended up being a blowout. He didn't come back in, but it didn't matter. He still had the volume before the blowout even happened. Yeah, he definitely should have gone over. His line now is at 18.5, and I don't think it's a bad play. He just worries me a little bit, so I'm not going to take him 2 days in a row. But I think you could take a look at his 18.5 points with that matchup. And then I had Isaiah Hartenstein over rebounds plus assists. That hit. I had Anthony Davis over first quarter points. He hooked on that with 7. And then I had Stephon Castle over assists. Take a look at data. You can sometimes you don't even have to know about basketball. So I played varsity basketball. I've coached basketball. So I know basketball. I've been a data analyst in my career. So when you take a look at data, you can still see what's happening in the basketball world, and you see Chris Paul's role dropping. And if you just look at that without knowing anything about basketball, you might not quite understand. But if you know that Chris Paul is there to help make the younger guys better and get them more acclimated with the NBA, eventually his role is going to decrease and the younger guys' role is going to increase. And that's what is happening, or at least looks like is happening with the data. So his potential assists are going down, and then Stephon Castle's potential assists are going up, but the lines aren't changing. So I went ahead and took Stephon Castle's line, and he crushed it. And Chris Paul went way under on his assist line. So it's just a mix of data analysis and knowing basketball. Can really help you out. So that's just another thing. Gosh, this video is getting kind of long. So that hit, and then if I ever take an under again, it's going to be a subliminal under. I'm telling you, do not take them when I show them. Don't take them. All right. So I'm going to get this edited and get it out to you. Hopefully, right now it says 21 minutes. So hopefully it's definitely not going to be that long. I'm going to have to cut a lot out. But I hope you do well. God bless you. It's Final Round. My name is Jordan. I hope your stomach is full. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.